What a dumbass pun. Uh, I've been watching wrestling. Of course, I have been. It's just a fun thing to catch up on every now and then. And I went down the rabbit hole of old school wrestling videos, and I ended up with a compilation of Vince McMahon being the worst performer in the WWE. He's bad. He's real bad. His acting was cheesy and he knew it, and that's part of why his character worked, but it doesn't make Mr. McMahon a good actor. Hey, good news today. We get to play a different classic later, probably this week or something. Dead Rising's 20th anniversary, 2006, August. I got that game for my birthday, along with the Xbox 360, and I couldn't play that game because Dead Rising's text is very small. Fond memories, though. Oh, what's up, y'all? Collins, bro. Hey, Squares, Ed, what's up? I may be 90% tuckered out today. Maybe you can tell by my voice, but I am too. I'm in a I'm in a relaxed emotional mood, which means I'm probably perfectly capable of sinking into the shoes of this adorable little witch and getting immersed and not biting it to explosives in panic this time. What up, Shay Kun? I remember looking at Dead Rising when it first launched and going, how am I supposed to read that? Yeah. And I could tell you why if you want the nerd explanation for why it's so hard to read. So, RGB cables back in the day, they combined the colors together on your screen based on proximity. And Dead Rising's UI didn't just have small text, the text was outlined in black, which sat on a dark blue. And if the text had just been white with no outline, it may actually have been readable. But because of that outline, the blue and the black are close enough together that your TV would blend them. And so what you needed back then was a flat panel TV. This was before even LCD TVs, which is nuts. That's nuts to consider. But LCD TVs didn't even exist in the era I'm talking about back in 2006 when you needed something with 10-bit color depth. Nowadays, the monitor or the phone that you're watching this on probably has that amount of color depth. But back in the day, TVs could only really display what was literally going through the cables as electricity, which was cool but limiting. Plasma was the big thing. That's right. My uncle had a plasma TV. He had a plasma screen, and he loved to watch Adam Sandler's Click on it because he had a PS3, which had a Blu-ray player in it. When the PlayStation 3 I got for my birthday back then succumbed to the yellow light of death and we had to send it back to Sony, his PS3 was the fat model. So it frequently would overheat if we kept it in the basement. We had to open all the windows. But it actually did provide like movie theater quality video. Blu-ray was fucking nuts. Movie quality today, streaming is ridiculous. How bad it is compared to actually having the disc in your drive. Fuck downloading anime to watch it on your computer on VLC Media Player. That's not even close. That doesn't even compare. Because the program you're using to watch it back on your computer crushes the bits a little bit. It's fucking crazy to put in a Blu-ray of like, people have been talking about the new Ghost of the Shell, which is also the old Ghost of the Shell. The Ghost in the Shell I grew up with looked fucking ridiculous. Hand drawn on Blu-ray and all that, and oh my god. Trigun also looked really good. I'm glad my uncle was a big nerd, because it enabled me to be a big nerd too. How are you folks doing? It's so good to see all you. Right hand, squares. Hey, what is that? Hear you? Hey. Still got a Sony Bravia CRT in the back that works. That's awesome. That's very cool. You gotta have the big screen. I'll tell you, the biggest screen I've ever seen belonged to a friend of my family who he had a projection screen that he set up out the back window of his house pointing at his barn. So from the back window, he had a project. Yeah, it looked a little like Grover House, a little bit. It kind of looked like Grover House, where it had that big half oval window for no reason. And through that, we watched like Toy Story 3. It was awesome. It was like a drive-in movie theater, but I was in a beanbag chair. It's a load-bearing projection screen. Yeah, you gotta watch the CO2 when you're sitting out there in the backyard too. If you pause the movie, the house creaks almost. If you have to go to the bathroom, just go down the hall into the Doom level, and the Doom bathroom is right there, ready to collapse on you. Hey, so it's more Noita. It's great that the stars in the sky only grow as you lose this game, because I started a new game just for comparison, and it's almost empty. There's very little evidence of your previous runs in this game, but it does keep track of them for various fun little things like that. Let's do this. Oh, yeah! We're a Sunny D wizard today! Oh, man. Oh, Mina looks good in orange. Yeah, so by the way, before we get started here, I've been looking at this list. Check this out. I'm on the list of enemies. Mina being me in Finnish, basically. But I have killed myself like several times with projectiles and explosions that I really could have avoided. It's been fun trying to learn the names of these enemies, because most of them you can just call them their English name, but some of them it's kind of like easier to call them the Finnish name. I'm still learning, but I'm paying attention. Like the chef being the cookie hissy, because he cooks the food. Oh, squares. That was a brand of TV that a friend of mine had. His dad was a lawyer, and so their family was, they had a lot of expendable income. And so they had the biggest ass TVs, they had the biggest ass sound systems. And hey, I'm not like dumping on his family because, talked a little more about him. That friend of mine grew up very poor in Chicago, like a lot of people that I know did. And so people who are able to claw their way out of that and go to goddamn law school, good for them. It enables you to have a fucking enormous TV that can play Dead Rising in 16:9. That was the thing that I remember being huge back in the day. Half-Life 2, I played in 4:3, but I saw screenshots of the game where your gun was more towards the middle of the screen. I think I was 13 years old at the time. No, it was 2004, so I would have been 10. I was 10 years old when I think the first time I noticed there was extra screen real estate on the left and right in the screenshots on Steam. And I was like, why is that? That's weird. So here was my first solution. I put the game in a 16:9 resolution on my 4:3 monitor. And if you go back to like my earliest YouTube videos, you can actually find a thing I did in Left 4 Dead where I played that way. Because in the recording, you can't tell. And then I noticed, oh, these resolutions, their math is different. I don't know shit about math. I'm a big math dumbass. But even I could tell that this maths out to something that's not a square. And I begged my dad. I begged him, you gotta help me. I'm so much still a child at this point in the story. I don't have any ability to earn money. I need a monitor so that I can see my character's arms in Half-Life. And here's where the story is, it could get very stupid, but I feel like it gets wholesome instead. Because I used to play Counter-Strike with my dad, and when I pointed out to him that you had extra screen real estate, the gamer that my dad was back then said, oh yeah, let's do it. So because my dad was a scout main, he liked having that extra real estate. And so that was how I learned to love 16:9 gaming. As always, there's a weird fucking story. I want to hear yours. I want to hear yours. Square said that their brother had 3 because they worked in, their brother had worked in TV production. Crazy. Yeah, so that's how essentially my interest in gaming as a hobby started, was noticing you could see more of Gordon Freeman's arms in screenshots of Half-Life. Now, look, if you go and compare 4x3 screenshots, it actually looks way better in 16:9 because the gun is pointed more at the crosshair. That was literally the thing that I still remember today, was the inciting incident for my interest in hobbyist gaming. Is I was straight up like, no, if I'm going to show this to people online, I want it to look the best that it can. And that means I have to look at it differently. Actually, I remember the exact moment. I do. Okay. In Left 4 Dead, they released a free DLC called Crash Course, which was between the first campaign and the second campaign of the main game, because they don't really explain how your crew got off of the helicopter that they leave in the first level. Guess what? It crashed. When you wake up in that chapter, you're in a little square alleyway, and I very distinctly remember at that point looking around that alley and saying, huh, they made this so that people with square monitors could see all of it. But I want to like look at the walls and stuff. Because that was the cool thing. That game was made before rectangular screens were really a thing. So a lot of Left 4 Dead 1 has very square designs, square rooms, square alleyways. If you go back and play it today. And I just remember so much thinking, wow, what a square game. CJ's gaming birth. We don't have to call it that. Wait. we don't need to call it that. Where did all this water come from? I don't know. There are tears in my eyes, I guess, of nostalgia. Cannot remember, but it changed my life. That's one of the most amazing things about those big technological advancements. I remember the moment that my dad asked me if I wanted to get a smartphone, and I said no. I'm happy with my BlackBerry. Because I was happy with my BlackBerry. I wasn't old manning it. I literally could have a phone with a slide-out keyboard today and still be happy. I don't need this Star Trek bullshit. I don't want it. I said no. I was like, no, I don't want to upgrade my phone. What are you, nuts? I took away all the buttons on it. Flip phones are kind of coming back in style, which is rad. It's good to see all y'all. It really is. I'm glad that you enjoy your Your daily dose of CJ ranting while getting pixels blown up in his face. This has become a really fun regular thing. It's a frog up there. Kick that guy's ass! It makes sense that the forces of nature would be one of the more dangerous things in this game. Like, yeah, a guy with a shot. Case in point. Gotta watch danger close when it comes to playing with fire. My bad. You know what happened there? The metal of the tunnel made the explosion reverberate further and kill me. Okay, we're a cyan wizard now. Alright, that was a fine warm-up. What was I saying? Yeah, so all those technological advancements that just kind of jump you ahead are really neat to me. They're really neat to me. I have a feeling that someday AI is going to be like that. Someday. It's not there yet, I don't think. But at some point, I have a feeling it'll be like that for a lot of people, where they'll say, holy shit, before I used the better Google or whatever you decide to use it for, I just kind of didn't get it. But then I had my Danny DeVito moment. That was me with that Left 4 Dead hallway. I don't know if I'll have that moment with AI, but maybe. You know when I had that moment in video production was with the TriCaster. There was, and still is, a YouTube channel called Giant Bomb, and they did a live show every few days, closer to the weekend. And on those live shows, they would just kind of pull out their TriCaster and fuck around with it while they were all sitting on the couch. Drew Scanlon, Vinny Caravella, Jason A. Stryker, the video production dudes would join them on the couch and just chill and fuck around with the TriCaster. And that was when I learned, essentially, oh man, it's really fun to mess with video production stuff. You can mess with a weird knob and you can distort your picture to look all stupid. Hell yeah. I can hit a button and make Run DMC play music. I can just queue up the Aerosmith whenever I want. I would download MP3s from Napster and then record them to my mini disc player using the audio jack in. That's awesome. Ted, you were jacking it in the old school days, before Metallica condemned you for jacking it. Sorry. But yeah, no, that I have a very fond memory of that. I don't remember if I've told that on stream. I think I have, but I'm not going to do the Smiths about it. Don't stop me if you've heard this one before, because I love this. Because it's the only time I've ever got caught by the government for pirating. And it was for a really mid album, too. Not even really one of the all-time greats. So I was very poor when I was a teenager, as most teenagers are. And I decided to pirate Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown, because I'd heard it wasn't very good. I'd heard it was kind of middling, and I was right to pirate that album. I'm glad I didn't pay money for that album. However, I got an officially signed piece of stationery in the mail from the heads of the Warner Bros. Music group, who said, "Gotcha, fucker. Gotcha. We uploaded that. We did that, and you fell for it. And you downloaded the music, so get rid of it. We know you did that, or we'll sue you." And I'm like, what a bunch of idiots. They gave me the music. So obviously I just put it on my Microsoft Zune. I put it on my MP3 player. I may have deleted it from my computer, removed the tracker and all that, but they sent me a letter in the mail to say, "Hey bro, we caught you. We know your address now." And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, but you did still give me a free copy of Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown. Maybe they knew. Maybe they knew. They were like, ah, this one's not very good. We'll let him get away with it. It's no, I mean, it's no Dookie. But what is Dookie anyway? Literally, Squares, Your Honor, in my defense, the album was like one of their less good ones. And the judge is like, how dare you? I'm such a new era Green Day fan. Oh, nice. Cursed Sphere is a good one. Because if I peg an enemy, and then I hit them with that spell, it'll make them take more damage. This is a weird cave we've generated. I'm gonna have to come back to this, because we need to go around getting more money. Yeah, exactly. What is it? What's that old saying? A judge actually said it, right? I don't know poor taste in music, but I'll know it when I see it. Your Honor, League of Legends. What do you mean? This court case is sponsored by War Thunder. I was wondering why everything in this version of the mine seems to have an effect on it. It's haunted by ghosts. I don't have a good one for fighting ghosts. Oh, man. That dude has a little friend. That's not cool. I didn't know Cthulhu's had friends. Oh. Guy bled on me as I walked by because he was offended by what I said. I hate when people do that. Pornography or obscenity is one of those things that has been almost fascinatingly plaguing video games for such a long time. In terms of old people not understanding. It's just... I was around for the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas hot coffee controversy back in the day because I owned the game on the portable computer, the personal computer. I played it on my laptop, so for me it was portable. The game ran like a dream on PC back in the day, actually. And here to discover that content that I couldn't even access because it was all dummied out was causing all the video games to fall under the scrutiny of the government? That was an insane thing. Because, you know me, my name is CJ. I know that, but you also know that. And it was the craziest ass thing. That, like a week after this video game that was really good came out, suddenly people were not talking about how really good the game was anymore, but how you could bone in it. And I'm like, man, I was kind of liking the whole follow the train thing. Oh, man. It was a very weird time. I don't know if you know this. I guess CJ himself makes this joke in the game towards Woozy. I'm white. But people associated the hell out of me with that game in school. I guess because I liked GTA 3 and Vice City a lot. Friends and I talked about it a lot on the playground and in the schoolyard, but it was kind of weird. I'm in a bad situation. There are like 4 enemies around me. Ah! Do any of you folks remember controversies like that popping up in your life? Just... if I hadn't played Grand Theft Auto, it wouldn't have been so prominent to me. I would have been like, man, I'm a Bubsy fan. I'm over here playing Bubsy's latest entry while you're talking about porno games? Weird. I remember when the ESRB was founded because of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was just a little before my time, just a little bit. But I was at least culturally aware of it because my uncle had a poster on the wall from some arcade of, I think, like, it was Kitana and Sonya Blade. Three guesses why I still remember it to this day, I guess, but I never really got a chance to play much Mortal Kombat myself because back when I was around gaming, it was still really an arcade game. I had a Genesis, but we didn't have Mortal Kombat 3, I don't think. I can guess 2 reasons. There's 4, actually. I always thought those games were really cool for photo scanning real models. Little did I know Hideo Kojima would take that to the logical extreme with Quiet and Metal Gear. The logical extreme. The very logical extreme. I was going to say 6. There are a number of reasons. There are a number of reasons. And look, based on the fact that it was the first thing that we talked about, I could see why Joe Lieberman and the Reagan administration and all them were being absolute pricks about it, because they had no point. It was entirely on the parents to keep their children from looking too early in their lives at Kitana and Sonya Blade posing all sexy. You, yourself, as a kid, are not really in charge of what falls in front of your eyes. So, the basis of the argument that parents themselves should probably take a little responsibility over the things that are put in front of their kids, great idea. The execution, really not good. Really not good. The execution of getting people to get along with that message, not good at all. Speaking of not good at all, I have enough money to go buy some of that stuff now. Someone at Gearbox was affected by Joe Lieberman, and they're still mad about it today. In Borderlands 3, and I think also even in the new one, sometimes when you kill dudes, they actually mention the dude by name, which is hilarious. It's hilarious to me that psychos in the Borderlands universe somehow know this real guy and his crusade against video games. My dad was a film and media studies professor, so I saw all sorts of shit I shouldn't have since minute 1. It's fine. Reason I bring up GTA is because I was sure allowed to play it too, quote-unquote, early. But what is too early? If your parents themselves make a mature decision and don't just leave you in a room with it, you know, because, like, I understood the GTA Scarface references because I had watched Scarface as a kid. But I didn't watch it by myself in a room in the dark. I watched it in a room with my parents who were watching it. And that really, I think, changes how you yourself absorb it. I'll give you another example. One I think I mentioned recently, actually. When I was young, one of my fondest memories, actually, of one of those times that happened. Funnily enough, my parents were watching Jackass 2, actually. I think I said it was 3D, but I think it was actually Jackass 2. And, I mean, obviously, you don't want your kid to see Steve-O's taint. You do not want your kid looking at Steve-O's taint. And they said, you know, you gotta, sorry, CJ, you gotta go to bed, homie. And, as a curious kid, obviously, I wanted to see Wee Man fly through the air naked. So, I crept out into the living room to the sounds of the cast screaming. And yeah, no, I'm sure they knew I was there. And I'm sure they just kind of didn't give a shit because the movie was fucking hilarious. And it was wonderful because it was one of those moments that I was just talking about where your parents, your family, whoever was watching movies like that with you, had to make a decision like, man, Johnny Knoxville did just get hit directly out a window by a bull. Do I really want my kid to see his neck bend at a 90-degree angle? And the answer is yes. Obviously. Yeah, I do feel like the ESRB has been a big failure. When you look at things like Steam allowing whatever, Steam has become like paid itch.io, which is totally fine with me because whatever was the value of Steam anyway. If you go back to the era I was talking about earlier, where Steam first just came out, people were buying 16:9 monitors. People fucking hated Steam, I'll have you know. Fuck Steam being ubiquitous. Steam sucks dick. The Epic Game Store is actually better than Steam because you don't need to run the Epic Game Store to play Epic games. I was around when Counter-Strike 1.6 updated, forcing you to use Steam's server browser. You could no longer use a command line. You could no longer use your own client. You had to use Steam's server browser, and people went ballistic. Oh my god, it was crazy. That was the very first time, as a child, I think, I ever saw people rail against DRM. Because that's what Steam is. Steam is DRM. You do not own your Steam games, and it's so very easy to lose them. I've been VAC banned on accounts I made to like, grind TF2 hats. And it's, I mean, it's amazing how people defend Steam when it's one of the worst platforms for ownership. It's so bad. Steam's so bad. It's so bad. You should hate Steam. I hate Steam. You should hate Steam. And I've hated it since like 2004 because everybody did. It only became ubiquitous because you were forced to use it to play like Stick Fight or whatever. That's right, baby. Ted remembers Horse Armor. You remember Horse Armor. It all used to be called that, is the thing. But we can, how do you do, fellow kids, and like, oh, the nostalgia as much as we want to, right? Unfortunately, ownership has really changed. It really has changed. But this is why you should use programs like Steam Unlocker and all of that. I don't even know if that program still works, but I used it a lot back in the day. Actually, some of the videos I've made for you wouldn't have been possible without it. Because EA's Origin program was so restrictive back in the day, I couldn't screen record Dead Space 3. Which would have made Let's Playing it very hard. It didn't let you screen record because of the overlay you couldn't turn off. So I had to do a lot to basically pirate my legit copy. I actually still remember what I did. I had to pirate the game and then use the cracker from the pirated version to downgrade and unlock my other version, which still allowed me to play with Jamie the D over EA Origin. Because they didn't care. I definitely draw the line at calling the Epic Games Store better. I said better for DRM. It is not better as a storefront or as a social platform. The Epic Games Store is better. I will qualify that if you're gonna use it to play a video game. Tim Sweeney sucks. Hey, if you care about the head of the company, then yeah, you're gonna want to avoid the Andrew Ryan of video games. Never use a game store run by Fork Parker. I've not heard a reference to Fork Parker since we streamed the Talos Principle. That's great. I'm just imagining you. So you take a bathysphere down, projector screen comes up, and it's a 16:9 projector screen as well. And it goes like, you may ask yourself, who truly is the owner of their video games? Is it the company store lending you their script with trading cards? Is it the galaxy which offers nostalgia bait at prices untold? Or is it you, the one who plays in the DRM-free realm? Is it you who comes to Tim Sweeney's Epic Rapture store? I would love it. That's got to be what Judas is about. That new Ken Levine game has got to be about that, I would bet. And that's why it's going to be on Epic. BioShock was actually the game that inspired me to do Let's Plays. I was trying to find a game that had not been Let's Played, and I noticed there was not one of BioShock that talked about the culture of the era while playing the game. There were several by folks like good old Marky Markiplier, by the Pewds, that, yelled and screamed at the scary game. Some folks on Something Awful had done it, but no one had done one from that kind of analytical perspective that the game itself asks you to look at it from, because it's a period piece, BioShock. Well, then someone did it way the hell better than me. Who was it? There is someone who has now done political analysis LPs of BioShock, and they were great. I liked those LPs a lot when I was younger. And I thought, well, I can't do that anymore. Those are way better. But I'll always remember that trying to get that game to run and be recorded at the same time was oh boy, it was like aerobics, actually, because I kept having to bend over and get up and down to turn my computer on and off. Ugh. This actual exercise, because back then, if you couldn't run something and you tried, your PC would just shut off. Like, fuck all this stuff about rebooting your graphics drivers. They were like, you do it. Yeah, a pretty good run going here, actually. While I've been yammering. It's weird. I've played this for so many days in a row now. It has become almost Souls-like for me in terms of how I emotionally approach it. Hey, look, in Dark Souls, death is always around the next corner, so eventually you probably will be able to listen to smooth jazz and podcasts while playing it if you play it enough. That's the point I got to. That's the point I got to. Very nice. Squares, I think that you and I are thinking of the same Let's Player. Because I think that fella also has a really good Deus Ex Let's Play. I think. Bobbin Threadbare. That name does ring a bell. I think that actually is who I'm thinking of. But it might have been BioShock Infinite instead of the original. I suppose my point is, it's probably better that I didn't do that. It's probably better. That's a really good digging tool. A really, really good digging tool, actually. But this is a problem. I just put that cursed sphere on. Oh, man. Look at this thing go. Ah! Okay, well, don't look at it go too hard. Okay, pheromones not good at putting out fire. Good to know. Well, okay, there's a reason not to use that right now. Maybe I'll come back for it later. It would have been a good digging tool if it wasn't hazardous to my health. CJ yearns for the mines. So we back in the mine. I'm sorry. I used to love those when I was... What? I can't say I was a kid. It would be irresponsible of me because I was firmly a teenager when Minecraft song parodies were all the rage. God damn, those have not held up well. And I would argue they didn't hold up to begin with. Oh boy, I feel bad for my parents having to listen to My Diamond Sword by that Freako. Oh, god damn it. Oh man, I listened to so many of those songs by YouTubers who turned out to be creeps. Creeps who played Minecraft a lot and made Minecraft parody songs. There's a weird, specific era of YouTube that resulted in some real garbage gracing my ears. Hey, I still have the dance remix of All Your Bass on my iPod. Dog, that's never gonna go out of style. Future music against it has no chance to survive Make Its Time. I could actually literally do that beat right now if I had even less shame than I do. Oh, your bass, bass. Oh, your bass all belong to us. It's up there with the Numa Numa dance, where if it happens to you early enough in your life, you're never gonna get it out of your head. Never. There's always gonna be goofy nonsense for teenagers. You're right. You're right. I have tuned into my college radio because it's how I find out about songs that are popular on TikTok. Because TikToks are still really short most of the time, so you don't get to hear the full song on it. But this radio station often plays, in addition to actually good music, full songs from TikToks. And so I get to, like, keep up on that stuff, and I feel, I don't know, it's a good way to learn modern music. Because some of those songs are really good. Songs that appear in, like, memes and such. What a terribly dangerous area. They're just here to eat some mushrooms. This is the first time, really, I've had to, like, back off of everything. Sheesh, man. I'm immune to toxic sludge, but the projectile itself still hurts when it hits you. Yeah, get that frog! These hissy in here are helpful. They hate mushrooms, which is good. Hey, don't worry, man. I'm here to get rid of all the mushrooms with my throat. I'm here to put all the mushrooms right in my mouth. But it's cool how you can watch the enemy behavior in this game and see, like, wait, that guy doesn't want to hurt me. Just to, like, chill out with him for a little bit. Like, you're not exactly friends, but you're not enemies either. My favorite Minecraft YouTuber died before anything bad about him could come out, thankfully. I've got a story about that. I got a very cruel story about that. Uh, I don't normally have a bone of cruelty in my body. I don't. It hurts me in a way, in a way to even be bad in a video game. There was a guy who wholesale stole a YouTube video that I made. A guy called Basher, and he took my Minecraft music video, and it got so much attention that it was put on the blog. His version of it, with a song that didn't have very good timing, wasn't well set to the music, was very obviously just someone else's YouTube video ripped. Well, this guy ended up getting into a lot of controversy because he ended up indeed being one of those terrible YouTuber creeps, abuser type people, and then he died of COVID. So fuck him. And that feels like a very mean thing for me to think, given that all he really did was take my YouTube video. That's a very mean thing for me to think. But he was also a really bad person outside of doing that. Damn. Yeah, see, I don't let out a cruel laugh very often, but I kind of have to when you're that much of a prick. It's like fate threw a baseball at that guy and it hit him in the head. That's basically what happened there. Insane. An insane thing that has happened. Understandable, though. Sure. Let's go with that. So, it happened again, everybody. I've turned another thing into diamonds. This time it's Acceleratium, which is not super common, but I liked Acceleratium. Need to go faster. Right. Well, I like that the mushroom fungus music just sort of persists. I don't know, it lasts. Your character doesn't forget the experiences they had there, and why would they? That's what they always say about mushrooms and all of that. If you consume 180 seconds buff worth of mushrooms, it really changes your life. Well, we're still pretty safe. I should probably hang out here a little more, at least until I'm out of dynamite. A good mushroom can change your life. Are you hitting on me? Ted, you gotta take me on a date first, my friend. Does Pizza Hut still have a salad bar? If Pizza Hut still has a salad bar, then we're set. All we need to do is play, get some Pizza Hut, go to the salad bar, and then we can play Passenger featuring Chino Marino and get in the back of the car for our Scott Pilgrim moment. Fuck, that's one of the best panels in the comic. Fuck. Getting told to just listen to the music and make out with someone at a time in your life you're severely gonna regret later. That's an awesome way to ruin your favorite song. That's fucking great. That's up there with setting your favorite song as an alarm clock, which is a mistake that I have also made. I've had both of those things happen to me, where it's like, ah, shit, now I can't really enjoy this song anymore, because the last time I heard it, I was getting laid. Damn it. I am not a very fun guy. I'm a miserable sort. I'm like the wrong kind of fun guy. I'm like mold. I don't think Pizza Hut even has pizza anymore. They just have boxes. They just heat up the box and have you eat that. Damn, I hope there's some good stuff to buy at the store. Not even talking about noita. I'm just going grocery shopping later. What an awesome way to live that would be. That would be the best. To just not even know that a grocery store has groceries? Oh, that's the best. It's like, oh man, going to the grocery store. I hope they have food there. Shaykun. The ringtone is another one that you can very quickly turn into a horrific Pavlovian thing. Case in point for me, when I was still in college, I would set the assignment graded ringtone to be the Dead Space objective complete noise. Because I thought, oh, hey, objective complete, homework complete. And then I started getting like kind of crappy grades because I was depressed. So I would just hear like 3 or 4 assignments get graded and it'd be like, boom, boom. And I just have regret in my ears at that moment. It would be like the start of Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls instead of Dead Space. Check this out. It's like that song that's from Metal Gear. Invisible. Invisible. Oh, Invisibees. No. Can't go that way. Pro tip. Go to the grocery store to buy food you can eat. That's a very Homer Simpson moment, isn't it? I like when I have moments like that, where it's like, oh, money, I wanted a peanut. And then it says, in your brain, money can be used to buy goods and services. I actually thought of that as a deadly premonition moment. All right, Francis York Morgan has one of the better ways to live life. Because he's like if Coop was actually autistic. Francis York Morgan may be one of my favorite video game characters because he's playable Dale Cooper. And there really has never been anything like that since. There really has not been. Let's see. I want this because rock spirits are not really for fighting, they're bombs. I haven't really used this weakening curse. Ah, well. It's because I didn't get something good to attach it to. So the way I wanted to use that weakening curse was by using a trigger projectile and putting it on the end of the trigger. So when it hits something, it automatically spawns the weakening curse on them. And then my second hit does huge, big damage. Big wizard damage. Look, I wish Deadly Premonition 2 had been a better game, because it is another one of those Louisiana Awareness Core games that I love. You know I love a good Southern Awareness Core game, and in that game, you will learn so many weird, stupid, fun facts about the American South. And thank goodness York is such a weirdo that he got fascinated. Which is why I wish it was a better video game, so it was actually enjoyable to hear that shit. Oh, there it is! Right there! Unstable crystal with trigger is basically exactly what I was looking for. Thanks, Noita. Let's go pick that back up. Fuck yeah. Ooh. In the running for best video game autist, we've got Kiryu. Oh man. I would say 2B from Nier Automata is up there. I appreciate that we've entered an era where we can say these things in a laudatory way, because going back when I was in high school, there was still a big stigma about that kind of thing. About even talking about that sort of thing in a positive way. Here's the problem, though. This is stuck on this wand. That's okay. I don't need my dynamite anymore. We can go. A lot of gold left, but remember, this is a long game. You can come back later. Exactly. All the love and sincerity. That's one of the things I love about this day and age of neurodivergence acceptance, is that some people's favorite video game characters essentially can be because they have similar traits like that. You're goddamn right, because I'm a Kiryu who loves some fucking slot car racing. So do I. I'm actually trying to think of more, because there are plenty characters who are coded that way. You can make headcanons about that kind of thing all day. All day. Here we go. So if I take this and I just put... This is a shuffle, which sucks. But I have a feeling this won't fire on its own. I guess if it does, it's okay. I just have to not get hit by it myself. You teleport every time you're hurt. I don't even like when that enemy does that. I don't want to do that. You could pick up no wand tinkering if I want to remove one of the most pivotal mechanics of this video game. That'd be great. It might have to be item radar. I don't want too many of these. Teleporting whenever you get hurt would be kind of fun in real life. Until you got a paper cut, I feel like getting a paper cut would make that immediately not so fun anymore. You'd make it more fun. We got a really weird setup here. I'm probably just going to be firing rocks at my enemies for a little while, because this is for close encounters. These crystals, they fire in a very short arc. I would love to get rid of this wand for a new primary, but I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. I could buy this. But it doesn't fire very fast, and it consumes a lot of mana. Ah, whatever. It's the best I've got, really. It goes from 3 damage to 10, but watch this. That's all I got. I got like 3 shots, and then I'm out. Versus this one, where you can just fire balls. So I gotta pick my shots, but I need the extra damage at this point. Alright. A hyperfixation of justice? I guess we could bring Phoenix Wright into the mix. You're really puzzle game and RPG protagonists. It's just kind of a part of the genre. Don't know about this Adderall thing, Yennefer. She's like, oh, just try it, Geralt. Yennefer scores some Novigrad Adderall off the streets, and like, she just implores that Geralt try it, just as a trial. Okay. I walk into the biome, and 1 second later, there are snipers from both angles. Gentlemen, this game does not have a Z-axis. I can't get away from that very easy. Phoenix Wright is just a dumbass, actually. Well, that's true. That's also true. Oh, Squares, Patricia Tanis' autism is canon. That's canon, in a odd way. Isn't that funny? One of the characters where you're like, no, I don't want them to represent me. You can have her back. Oh boy. Time to collapse a giant ice sculpture on myself. What a beautiful fixture of the environment, but I'm caught by snipers. Get out of the way, you big-ass ice bridge. It makes me miss the old Borderlands. I feel like Borderlands getting wacky was one of the worst things that happened to that series. I don't mind the tongue-in-cheek humor that it has now, but I did quite enjoy the much more bleak style of humor it used to have. I will forever be a Borderlands purist. Oh, it was always wacky. Don't get me wrong. Borderlands was always wacky. I feel like the ways that Borderlands incorporated melancholy into its world was something they certainly lost. In favor of much more theatrical dramatics, like plot characters getting shot through their shield to death in one hit. I don't know where Handsome Jack got that gun, but it was the fucking golden gun from, I don't know, name a Bond film. Just shot straight through that shield. See, I have very similar feelings towards Fallout. I understand that. Fallout is one where I like the Silver Age wackiness of it. But I agree. I see your point on Fallout being a one where you could have much better appreciated the black comedy of the first two games. Because they don't have anything like that in the more recent ones. This sucks. Don't have a very good primary here. I'm gonna bank on this, because there are, what, 30 fireballs or more here? That one might be an okay one if it fires fast. The game might have just answered my prayers. We'll see. I'll see you in a sec. They have to stop talking about YouTubers and nostalgia and start thinking about this video game. Really, it's about the scale and the spectacle. That's an interesting perspective on it. Ah, it is okay. This one's alright. That's really tough. Rocks or fireballs? The rocks are homing. Fireballs, I can aim them myself. I gotta wait on the rocks to do their thing. Ah, it's really hard, actually. I actually don't know. Both of these are really good. In that case, I guess it doesn't matter. This is going to still be sitting here. I could take both, and I could ditch the all-seeing eye. Which makes me sad, because I really rely on that thing. But I will do that. I have to, I think. Because I can't stick with it forever. It takes up a slot. Worms. Wait. This could solve our problem. Uh-oh. Hey, man. Hey, calm down, man. Don't piss off the gods on me here. I might be able to do a dune here. Hey, you. Get my still suit piss on this worm. Hey, you want some diamonds, man? This actually solves that problem, because if you drink the worm blood, it makes you able to see in the dark. So I just need to not be killed by the giant worm. I actually don't even need to kill it. I just need to make him bleed a little. Which sucks for him. Yeah, like, it's actually kind of unrealistic for me to kill him. I really should just move on. I might be able to do it. He doesn't drop anything if you kill him. Not even gold, I don't think. But you can eat his body and kick his body around, and again, his body is like permanent, so if you ever need more worm blood, just come back here. It's nuts how everything in this game is a resource. I was looking up Finnish mythology while I was really bored last night at work, and I mean, obviously this game is really deeply connected to it, but more so than that, more so than you'd even think, where it's connected to the cultural ideals that we don't share if you're American. This game connects to something that really genuinely did come up in Alan Wake 2. The concept of Finnish culture itself. You know, the whole Sisu thing. It's real. And the fact that this game treats life itself like that, with an almost emotional amount of care, is really interesting. Because the myths that it is retelling, this game, are not that way, really. This game added a bit of an emotional twist to the story of the Sampo and some other things. Like a reason for your character to want to do the things that they do. And if you play this game and don't care about the story, none of that is important. And I think that's really neat. You can just play it without caring about any of that. Oh, worm? Let's see. I'm trying to think of an easy way to actually explain the story of the Sampo. It's not that hard, I guess. Basically imagine if you had a weird mechanical device that produced anything you needed, and it just kind of knew already intrinsically what you needed. So it would produce flour when you needed harvest, it would produce gold when you needed money, and you don't actually need to do anything. You just need to have it in your possession, and it'll just do it. Well, for some people, that's not enough. And some people wanted to take the Sampo and transform it into something else. Something that could prosper many people. Something that could give people an unfair advantage over each other in the world. And, well, the gods who kind of, like, created the thing were like, fuck you, dude, what are you doing? Don't take advantage of our gifts like that. And they were like, we'll just take that back now. And it's like, no, sorry, man, people are fighting over it now. And due to the greed of mankind, the Sampo was lost forever. Thanks, mankind. So, there you go. That's the story of the Sampo that we know in the real world. And Noita is almost a retelling of that story. The other day I mentioned the story just briefly. That's the general gist of it, is that happened, and the Sampo is sitting underground, just kind of like waiting there, and we're gonna go find it. And obviously it's just that easy. But if you know the types of games that I like personally, and you give a shit about that, maybe you understand why I want so badly to beat this game then. This game fits a similar type of niche in my mind as games like Cyberpunk do, games like Shadow Warrior, games where you have been so terribly wronged, and there's such a ridiculous, unbelievable burden on your shoulders, and it's only you, with Wasda and your mouse, your keyboard, your controller, that can guide this idiot through their harrowing journey. I like stories like that have an emotional core behind all the chaos. I always like stuff like that. Speaking of which, I can't afford anything. We could just re-roll our perks, because I don't really want these. Well... nope, strong levitation is a good pick. Longer flight is a very good thing. Games that C. Jacobs likes. Bad First Day of Work. Games that start with DS. War Crimes. Finnish Mythology. You're goddamn right I do. Hey, everybody has their preferences, and even if you say that your own tastes are boring or uninteresting, I bet they're not. I bet that you too have reasons like I've been blabbing about for the things that you like. So, I'll say it again, this sucks. Because I don't have a good way to get back in here. I have pretty good HP right now, so I don't actually need this full health regen. And if I come back later, I could just pick it up later. But I don't have a good way to get in here. Damn it. All right, give me that back, because I'm not really using that too well. There we go, baby. That's a gat. I've just made myself a burst pistol. Wonder. Yeah! Righteous. Take that. I've got an evil bubble wand. I've got just the most mean bubble wand. And here, maybe I could even cram this in here. Ooh, it's a shuffle wand, so it's very uneven. Boy, I might actually keep that. You can climb up to the surface and come back down. Ooh, wait, I shouldn't use this right now. I'm not immune to electricity. Right, so here's what this weakening curse I've wanted does. Look what it does. Lightning clouds appear that rain electricity on your enemy. And it follows them around. You fire that on a boss, it'll take care of the boss for you. But I'm not immune to electrics, so I'm not gonna use that after all. Oh shit, this is gonna stink, but we can do this. So squares, that's something I'm wondering that I probably will need to be told. How do I leave? What are the routes through which I can go back to the surface? I've never found one. I don't know any of them. Here, let's have a worm blood feast. Oh, that looks bad. Here goes nothing. course there's a boss fight already. Of course there is. Oh, God. Oh, no. The poor dude. Bong fumes got that dude. Hey, what's up, man? Trouble with that guy is he shits out a ton of hissy when you kill him. I don't know where he was keeping all those dudes. The dudes with the bouncing guns are actually even more dangerous than the ones with rifles. Because the ones with rifles stun you, yeah, if they hit you while you're floating. The bouncing dudes can arc that shit like a TF2 demo, man. Fucking Quake grenade launchers are in this game. I have found the giant lake of lava. It's just to the right of the starting area. Not go that way. Never really heard the music in this area. Look, there's a doorway to get in there, but I don't use those. I don't know what that is. Glad that didn't just explode. That would have been a little awkward. That doorway is in a whole other dimension. Again, the Z-axis. I don't have a Z-axis. Like, when my zipper is down at the, like, company noita meeting, they're here like, XYZ, bro. And I'm like, what's a Z? We are 1 foot below the starting part of this area. I'm at 1/3 of my health. Wow. So all I have to do is cross that lake. Cool. I've just got to find a way to cross the lake or go back up and cross it from here. And then I am back in the mines. Like that song. So we back in the mine. Like the song goes. Pro tip, you can open a door with a key. Oh, gee, thanks, Doom Manual. I was friends with a foreign exchange student named Doom Manual, but he preferred Doom Manuel. Why can't I kill that dude? It's just the invulnerable hissy. I think he might have accidentally buried himself in corpses like it's Far Cry. Why don't I not go that way? Going the way that dude is facing seems like a bad time. Oh, he freed himself. Nice, man. I love the colors of the particles that come out of these, like, electrical outlets and light fixtures. There's like purple and blue. The colors of, fuck you, that's the worst electricity. That's the electricity that turned a dude into a skeleton in Home Alone. Here's a pro tip for you. Open the inventory all the time. Most of my deaths in this, and I mean most of them, have been from being bad at juggling my inventory and wands in combat. just keep checking. I mean, like if you just keep checking, you won't forget. Maybe you will. But it sure won't be as big an issue. What is going on in there? What's that hasty art gallery? I'm glad they like their RGB. You know, at the very end game levels of this game, I've seen people using telekinetic kick in order to bring things to other parts of the game so that they can make a little base. There's a fella by the name of Fury Forged who has a save file he's had for years at this point, actually, but he made it himself live on stream of going around the game world collecting pots of the elements and putting them in handmade cauldrons that he dug out in a specific part of the game world. I watched him do it, and I could not believe that the game even let you do that. The fact that you can play this for that long, that you can collect everything, and worms it, transform the environment. It's crazy. I think I interrupted poker night. You know, I do like exploring around here. They do have a chef. Like, that chef guy is a common enemy, actually. Like, he might be around here. Might have been the Hisi kitchen. Just sup on some worm blood real quick. We should probably leave. There's probably not much more for us to find here at this point, unless I want to get rich. And there are a few things. In this area, I believe there is a free store, guaranteed, as well as an anvil for plot reasons. There's a lot of stuff to find here. Oh, shit. But Commander Shepard style, I should go. Put this off till later. Damn. So, yeah, like Squares mentioned, I could have gone back up as well, but I'm gonna try to find some way to teleport. That's a weird one. Chain spell arrows. Interesting. So this is pretty important. In the next level, I have basically found my last chance to make a wand that can get me out of the end game. I need a way to destroy a lake of lava that is above you when you defeat the boss. You pick up the Sampo, and you get killed by the lava trying to escape the room with the Sampo. I think I can do it with Circle of Water if I need to. But I would rather, like, teleport through it, or honestly anything. Anything would be better than trying that. Because the water will turn the lava to obsidian or something. Oh! That one's kind of nuts. Neat. Yeah, this is trouble, but we could do it. The good thing about this game is that life finds a way. More crits. Either take that or re-roll. This has been a fun run so far. There's been not much that's so super terribly overpowered. Yep, this is a problem. Dude with a poison cannon just melting my safe hub. Whack! Oh, jeez! Alright, so maybe spiders are still a little scary if that happens. Like if the spider stretches like fucking Reed Richards. Ugh. Fuck you, Reed Richards. Oh. That's freaky. That was a sudden nope. That's welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Alright, so we gotta set some fires in here. I don't have a super good way to put fire out. So I'll just obviously be super careful. Clearly. Arrows are murder on a crit. Nope. I love that my character is now just permanently cursing, by the way. It is permanently enraged into doing more criticals. This is bad. Wow. Thank God I got that longer teleportation. I need it. Everything in this game, useful at some point. I'm like way on fire. That's bad. Not a whole lot I can do about it with the potions I have. Oh, hey. Hey, we're back in the fungus zone. There's just a weird little pocket of fungus over here. Oh, not you. Oh, that guy. That guy would be trouble. So about those Minecrafters from back in the day. Now seems like a great time to talk about your favorite Minecraft YouTubers. I always liked Kurt J. Mack, because he introduced me to Driver San Francisco, which is not Minecraft, but is a great video game I'll stream for you someday. Chow down. Have a little mushroom snack. That is not enough. No, that is not enough hallucinogenic mushrooms. Ah! I've made mistakes this day. Oh no. Well, now I can't see anything and I'm being attacked by the spawn of the devil. That's noita for you. Satana! Perkele! Let's put this bog water in my flask. What up, Shroom Boy? A weirdly dangerous enemy. Right here on the floor, by the way, there's a runestone of metal. I could throw it, get rid of all the metal in the world, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of need metal gears. That's what the Sampo is made of. Oh, fuck. I guess that makes Noita a Metal Gear game. The whole point of the game is actually to collect a Metal Gear. Wah! Oh, fuck that. This is just a fireball starburst in all directions. No, thank you. This is real bad. We're about to have to head out. Lack of HP. But I'll stick around. As long as I can. That's a lot of Hisi. What are they doing here? Don't you guys know this place is dangerous? Oh boy, that's bad. Let's get out of here. Ooh! Helvete! Oh boy! 9 HP in a dream. Fuck all video games. What have they ever done for me but increase my blood pressure? That was close. Yes, it was, mi amiga. Oh. Pulling yourself forward on a single mangled arm. Oh, what it feels like. That's life in general. All right, we got to pause here. There's a problem. I am now in the work, which is the last level, and I don't think that there is another holy mountain before the end. So if I want to escape with the Sampo, I have to figure out how to do it right now. You have any advice? You have any advice? Because I don't know what to do. I've never done it. But I don't want to go and turn the world to gold. That's the wrong thing to do. Come on. I don't know what to do. Because I don't have any teleportation. Let me look around. That's all too expensive. Oh, fuck you. There's teleportation here. But obviously I can't have it. I'm not rich enough. Actually, a lot of really powerful stuff here. So, okay. Here's an idea. If there's a way for me to dig out the earth and go around it, then I don't have to pick this stuff up. I don't really want to make the gods angry at me. There is a temple right before the final boss. Okay, we've got one more chance. Well, 2 more chances, technically, but... Okay, I'll stick with what we have for a little bit then. We're building up a lot of good stuff here. But not right now. Keep trying. Worms run away from you. Take that, worms. Kills to mana is pretty good, but we're not really running into a mana problem. Except with this specific weapon. Oh, that's way faster. Ah, it's okay, squares. Why are they called holy mountains anyway? I guess it's a temple of the holy mountain, a shrine of the holy mountain, which is where we are. We're in the holy mountain. Okay. Well, that's bad. Let's not go that way. Last time I was in here, I was running for my life. For now, we have the advantage. Just for now. Ah. So the runestone of metal doesn't just dissolve it, it turns it all to poison. That's good to know. I guess it is a good tunneling device, though. It just deleted half the level. What's that classic Minecraft advice? Don't dig down. Well, I did. I'm actually an expert at digging straight underneath myself. Okay. That guy's war crimes gun was very powerful. It's pretty cool how his backpack actually had oil in it, though. That's a classic video game enemy. You shoot him in the backpack and it blows up. Well, he goes like, no, in like a deep voice that's like, you hit my weak spot as a human being. My favorites of those ever are in The Division. The Division's cleaners are hilarious, because they're just people, but why are they 10-foot tall? Like, it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I guess. In the Ninja Turtles, like, they had the ooze in the sewers, and the cleaners in The Division are 10 feet tall because they ate the garbage in New York. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of feel bad, because the implication then is that the Hisi live here. And all the humans are just kind of invading the Hisi's business. I guess if you take your time fighting the myriad enemies, this area it's pretty manageable. There's what I would call a myriad, all right. A whole myriad. That's a menagerie. It's like I walked into a thrift store of enemies from Noita. Oh, fuck that guy. That cyborg ninja-looking asshole. One of the scariest enemies in the game. He's coming right at me. Get out of here, you. Fucking, get out of here, Gray Fox. Why is he so deadly? He's like, hurt me more, Noita. Go away. Get out of here, you. Hey, how you like my rocks? Why does he have so much health? What's assassin in Finnish? Jeez, man. How many arrows does a guy have to fire at an automaton? Was that a homing rocket? What the fuck? This area is crazy. Now seems like a great time to talk about my favorite YouTubers, like the Lockpicking Lawyer. Look, completion of the great work is supposed to be hard. You'll know you shouldn't have done it if you die. I have a feeling that that's how the alchemists felt about it too. At the end of it, the alchemists were like, oh wait, hang on. Wait, what happens if we also become gold by completing the great work? And the answer is, it was worth it, because I get to be riches. I am riches now. What? I don't want that. No thanks. Ah. Yeah, those guys seem like a real problem in here. I love the Lockpicking Lawyer. Me too. I'm a big fan. Okay. Love a little bit of rocket tag, don't you? Oh, jeez. Speaking of which, oh my god. What was it I was saying? I play this game to relax and have a good time? I do love how serious the music got here. Very mechanical, Aga-themed level. I unfortunately think I have to deal with that dude. Fuck that. I hate that enemy. One of my least favorite enemies in the video game, which makes it very satisfying to kill him. Can a guy not catch a break? Or a gal, or whatever I am under these robes? God damn! I've been becatted and now only have one arm. That would make it hard to play video games. I'm kind of glad that Flower is just out there chilling in the living room. As she gets a little older, she started to enjoy her alone time a little bit. And you know what? I'm a little fine with that, actually, because she still comes running and meowing every time that every time I get home. I feel like I got that cat right when she was at the end of her kitten years, because she's getting a little fatter now in the middle. she's getting a little physically bigger, and she's getting a little more independent. So good for her. Smokey never was that way. I got some more pictures to post in the Discord of Smokey, because he's doing great. He's doing really good. Ah! Skeleton dog men. Totally normal. Totally normal endgame noita. Feels like I'm in, like, the labs from the end of Undertale. It's just abominations here. Things that should not be. Enemies that annoy the absolute piss out of me. And wall traps. Hey, you know one thing I've noticed? Like, I can't find a goddamn wand! I'm a wizard! I'm a wizard, I need wands. I have that item radar, but it's not wand radar. Bad dog. A thing. Bad thing. Yeah, I'll take that health up in the darkness. Thanks. Appreciate it. It's like a little just a little snack. I found a bag of potato chips just sitting there and I'm just horking them. Just how are y'all doing? We gotta take a breather here, because this area is stressful as hell. All I really have to do is get to the bottom, but I don't have real good digging tools, so I have to. I'm fighting everything. Half-eaten granola bar. Does Smokey remember you? Does he ever think of his father? We will never know. Oh, he remembers me. Oh yeah. He sure does come running the moment I show up at my grandparents' house. I feel genuinely, when I came over the other day, I think really was expressing thankfulness that I put him in that home. He really was so happy. He was like, look, I'm a happy fat boy. I'm so happy and fat. Fox! Oh, it's no good. I can't do it. God, he's under the foot of the Metal Gear. I have to get out of here. Motherfucker does so much damage if he hits you. It's ludicrous. Does this area ever end? Damn! Oh boy. Rats! Easy come, easy go. I'm upset about that one, because that one, I could have probably seen the next area. That one was my bad. I should have probably had my fireballs out so I could dig. That one was a damn good run. That was damn good. Let's see. There you go. I beat basically all my bests. Well, some of them. I tied a lot of my bests. I really enjoyed that run. That one was really good. Love some Forgotten Cave potato chips. Honestly, they kept me going. So, we actually did make it further than last time. Last time, I got annihilated 1 foot into the work, and we just made it to the end. There's like one other area, and then the final boss. And the world is our oyster. So, hey, yo. We're gonna call it for this afternoon, but, I love making this just a regular thing. This is fun as hell. Thank you all for hanging out. It was so good to see all you folks, for real. Seriously. I mean, I hope y'all have a great evening, a great afternoon, or a good morning. It was so good to see you. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. You're welcome, Shay-kun. Thanks for stopping by. We'll make it next time. It was good to talk to all you folks about old school tech. Thank you for engaging with me on that. Legit. For just talking to me about your nostalgia. It makes me so happy when y'all chat with me about that kind of thing. So thank you. For real. It made my afternoon. Bye, everybody.